Battle of Plassey. You can mute yourself, Raghav. So Plassey, Aradhya, you can also mute. Aradhya Gupta. Plassey is a place. It is in West Bengal now. Where the revolt happened. You can write Plassey is a place where this place is in your Bengal. This place is in your Bengal. Yugraj, where in my screen D is not coming, go to the pinned one, the pinned Divi Mehta. If I will spotlight the video, the pin will be removed. Moksh, see the other Divi Mehta. 2 Divis are there. Ma'am always joins with 2 IDs. So I have pinned my ID. So Battle of Plassey. Battle of Plassey happened in 1757. So you have to underline the year also. And I can ask in 1 mark where the place Plassey is. It is in your West Bengal. What happened? Bengal in those days were ruled by a Nawab. At that time, Bengal was ruled by a Nawab. What was the name of the Nawab? The Nawab name was Siraj Abdullah. This was the name of the Nawab. So what happened? This Nawab asked the Britishers that not to build forts and remove their troops. So Siraj Abdullah asked the Britishers that you don't have to build the forts over here and remove your troops. Troops means their army. Siraj Abdullah warned that Britishers should remove their army from Bengal. What happened? Britishers refused him. Britishers refused him that we will not say whatever you will say to us. Okay. Siraj Abdullah said, Britishers, that remove your forts from here. Okay, remove your troops. Troops means army from here. But Britishers refused. They will say, we will not take our army anywhere. We will build forts. Do whatever you want to do. What happened? A big battle was fought at Plassey between Siraj Abdullah and Britishers. Battle was being fought at Plassey. And who won the battle? Siraj Abdullah lost the battle and this. Britishers won the battle. Who won the battle? Britishers won the battle. And this Siraj Abdullah lost the battle. When Siraj Abdullah lost the battle, Britishers became very powerful in Bengal. Where they became powerful? They became powerful in Bengal. Because I told you, where is this Plassey place? Where the fight happened. It happened in West Bengal. So where the Britishers became very powerful, they became very powerful in Bengal. Means now nobody can defeat them. What happened in rest of the country? Kings were fighting for their small kingdoms. In rest part of the world, or I said part of India, people were fighting. Means they were fighting for small kingdoms in India. In rest part also fight was happening, battle was happening, but they were asking for the small kingdoms. The Britishers took advantage of this. The Britishers said others are busy in occupying the small parts. I can focus on the big part. So in the rest part of India, the people were fighting for small kingdoms. The kings were fighting for small kingdoms. The Britishers took advantage of this. They helped one king against the another. Now Britishers knows the mentality. They said that these kings are fighting for small kingdoms. Let us help those kings. Okay, they started helping those kings in occupying the small kingdoms. The Britishers took advantage of Indians over here. Okay, the Britishers took advantage of this. They were helping one king over the other. In this way, they gained more power and more wins. Okay, by planning. I can say na by planning and plotting. This was Britishers' plan only, na, that we will help the kings in occupying the small kingdom, okay, and we will capture the big part of India. So they were helping by full planning and plotting. Britishers captured some big parts of India. In this way, they gain more power, more wealth. Okay, in this way, by planning and plotting, they start gaining more power and more wealth. And I told you now, they started capturing the large part of India. Now the Britishers started capturing the large part of the country, India. Next, if I talk about injustice of the British. So next topic or heading, I should say, it is injustice of British. That what they did with Indians. This is the heading. Ma'am is going to explain it to you. See, at that time, the Britishers were only interested in making money. The Britishers want to make more and more money. So how they want to take more and more money? They force the Indian farmers that you people, Indians, should grow indigo. Okay, indigo was in great demand in Britain. So they forced Indian farmers that you should grow indigo. Underline. Which crop they said to grow? They said to grow indigo. The farmer of Bihar were forced to grow indigo. It is a plant used for making blue dye. It is a plant which is used for making blue dye. So, which farmers? Bihar farmers were forced to grow indigo, and indigo is a plant which is used for making a blue dye, which was in great demand in Britain at that time. What happened? The dye was used in England for dyeing milk clothes. This dye, blue dye, is used in England for dyeing the milk clothes. And the farmers had no need for indigo as they need food grains to feed themselves. Okay. In India, there was no need of indigo because it was in great demand in England, not in India. But Indian farmers want to grow food grains to feed themselves. Okay. This indigo you cannot eat. It is a plant which is used for making blue dye. But our Indian farmers want to grow the food grains, which is essential for living. Okay, to feed themselves. But Britishers were forcing to grow what? Indigo. They were forced to sell indigo to the British at very low price. Britishers were saying that sell indigo to us at very low price. So our farmers were exploited. They were forced to sell indigo at very low price. The Indian farmers became very poor due to this. Because once they are growing indigo, when you will grow indigo in your farms, the fertility of the soil decreases. After growing indigo, you cannot grow any other plant. It decreases the fertility of the soil. So Indian farmers were facing a lot of problem while growing indigo. What is happening? They are growing indigo. They are selling it to Britain, but at very low price. They are getting nothing. Indian farmers were getting nothing. The weavers were forced to sell their clothes at very low price. The Indian cottage industry was victim of the British greed. Our Indian cottage industry was victim of British greed. What is victim? Who will tell me what is victim? What is victim? Victim means a person who is hurt by someone. So Britishers were hurting us. Okay, they were exploiting us, Indians. They said the Indians are very innocent people, let us exploit them. So they were exploiting, they were taking advantage of the innocence of the Indians. And they were greedy. Britishers were greedy. Okay, they were not interested in Indians anything. They just want more money, more wealth. So Indian cottage industry was the victim of British greed. Britain did not grow cotton. Now see what is happening. They were in need of cotton and Britain was not growing cotton. So they came to India. That India is a country where cotton is grown. Let us go to India and take the cotton. So that's why they came to India for taking the cotton. Earlier, I tell you, earlier the Britain was taking cotton from America. But in America, civil war broke out. So due to that, they shifted to India. That India is also a country where cotton is grown. Okay, this is not in your book, but I'm telling you, earlier Britain used to take the cotton from America. But in America, civil war broke out. So Britain came to India for taking the cotton from us. Okay, they started trading in cotton. So Britain did not grow cotton due to cold climate. They have big textile mills where they require cotton. Cotton was taken from India. Cotton they used to take from India at very low price. It goes where? It goes to England. It goes to England mills. There the cotton clothes were made and those cotton clothes were brought back to India. And in India, those clothes which were made in England by our cotton only, they are sold at very high prices in India. See here what is happening. Cotton Britishers are taking from India at very low price. They are in their mills, they are making the cotton clothes. In the England, mills are there, they are making the cotton clothes over there. And they are selling back to India, but at a very high prices. Now Indians are exploited in two ways. One, they are giving at very low price. At very low price, they are selling it, and high price, they have to buy it. In two-way exploitation is there of the Indians. Now, what is very good, Krishe? Now, what is here? Here they are taking in return clothes shipped back to India and sold in India. The Indians had to buy this clothes at very high price. The Britishers did not allow Indians to start their own mills and factories. The Britishers were not allowing Indians that Indians should not start their own mills and factories. Otherwise, who will buy our clothes at high prices? Nobody will buy no Britishers' clothes. Britain clothes, nobody will buy if we will open our own mills and factories. So they were not allowing us to open our own mills and own factories. So Britishers made unjust law to take control more and more kingdoms. So na, they took unfair advantage of Indians that we should capture more and more kingdom of the Indians. So they started one underline one law that was Doctrine of Labs. Underline this Doctrine of Labs. What was that Doctrine of Labs? Suppose a king is there. King died without a natural heir. What is heir? Natural heir means a person who is given the money and the property of that after the death of the owner. Okay. Natural heir means if a father is there, if father died, the son will be given the property of the father. If any king died without the natural heir, all the kingdom will go to the Britishers. Okay, all the kingdom will go to in the hands of the Britishers. So his kingdom would be taken over by the Britishers. The farmer, traders, kings were dissatisfied with the British rule. They wanted that these Britishers should be taken out of the India. Now, because of their policies, Britishers' policies, there are a lot of interference. The farmers and the Indians were what they want that Britishers should go out of India now. Understood the doctrine of labs? If any king died, okay, without a natural heir, what will happen? His kingdom will be transferred to the Britishers. What is natural heir? After the father's death, the property is being transferred to the son. If no son is there, then the property will go directly to the Britishers. I hope you understood today's topic. Now I'm going to ask you questions.